Okay, I'm going total vlog mode for this assignment for my history of graphic design class. This assignment is exploring logos around me. And so I'm just kind of out here for a walk, and I'm just gonna go grab food, and while I'm doing that, I'm going to show you some logos, some of my favorite places around Cedar and kind of just around me. So, first logo that we have is The Grind Coffee House. This is their overall logo, especially right here. It's just all of the type was consistent, and it was all the same size and centered nicely. Even though it wasn't like all caps, like it was still readable. It was just clean, just a clean sans serif typeface. I really love just type alone, but also the little mountain element on the top with the red background just really makes the image and the words just pop right off of it. And so I like it. It's compared to, like, they don't necessarily have like competitors, but compared to like other cafes in Cedar, it's just, I don't know, it's unique because of that mountain image. And they're kind of doing like a revamp right now, so it's kind of hard to like pinpoint their style, but it communicates like who they are, what services they're providing. Just like a little mountain cafe, coffee shop, pretty much. So I don't necessarily think they need a refresh because I like it. Okay, I figure while I'm in the area, I'm going to show you this. So this is Benice's Thai cuisine. It's pretty unique as far as like restaurant and Thai restaurants go. I think there's like the serif typeface is like nice, and it adds kind of like a class to the logo itself. Everything's even, everything's in a centered layout, and yeah, the colors are fresh and inviting. But yeah, definitely. Next up is the French spot. I'm gonna try not to be creepy as I stand here and zoom in on the logo, but this is what it looks like. This is so cute. I love this logo so much. I think it's perfect for like what they have set up here. Okay, next is Bullock Drug. This is their logo, their sign. Now about Bullock Drug, it's meant to be vintage, it's meant to be old. So I think their logo really screams that, which totally works for them because that's their image. But I think, I don't know, maybe it could use a revamp. It's like a pharmacy boutique candy shop. Bullock's is kind of like just everything, and it's really hard to like walk by and see that logo and really like know what it is. And so I feel like if they had some more like, I don't know, like an element of like imagery or something like that, I think it'd really help them. And so I think that's what can change. But like, I don't know, it's been around for a while, and it's very like much like a 50s vibe, and that's what the type and the kind of like interesting like rectangular border around it really communicates. And so I like that part about it. Wells Fargo, here's another one. Okay, Wells Fargo is an interesting one. I feel like banks can kind of get away with anything. I don't know. I like how consistent their colors are across the board, the yellow and the red. They do have that image, now that I think of it, of like the carriage and the horses. But like a lot of the times you'll just see Wells Fargo in that serif typeface, all bold, capitalized letters. And honestly, I think it works for them as a bank. Like it's hard to really spice up a logo for a bank. And so I think it's good as is. It really, I mean, the colors they're warm, they're bright, the yellow against like the red. It catches your eye. And so I think that's like really all a bank's logo needs. Okay, next is this CrossFit place. I think this is a really interesting logo, and I'm actually a really big fan. I'll talk more about it later. Okay, the Cedar City CrossFit logo, big fan. I really like that logo. I think when a logo can combine type and an image of some sort to like work together cohesively, I love that in a logo. And the CrossFit Center does a great job with that. The way that they have that dumbbell in between the C's for CrossFit, Cedar City, like it works. It's fun. It's memorable. And yeah, like as far as their competitors go, like with Vasa and Retro Fitness in the area, I don't know. I think that one wins overall. But yeah, they just do a great job of combining the two, the image and the type. The Maverick logo right there. I'm driving right now, so I'm multitasking. But talk about that. Their logo has to be like my favorite out of all gas stations. Like Chevron, Shell, but Maverick is interesting. They have that kind of like varsity serif kind of arch curvature that's bold, and it really like captures your attention. They have that really cool image of kind of like mountains in the wilderness underneath that arched like Maverick word. And I think as a whole, like it works. They're all about, like traveling, getting out there, and it's just an interesting logo for a gas station, so I don't think they need to revamp. I think they're killing the game compared to their competitors. They also keep a very consistent theme within like the interior of the gas station. So yeah, Maverick, you're good. Okay, next we have the Smiths logo. Yep. Okay, let's talk about this one real quick while I'm here. You're just coming along with me on my errands today. Okay, Smiths logo. I don't know. I'm actually not a big fan of this. I feel like it's just too, like boring. I think Smiths is an extension of the Kroger Corporation, but like I like Kroger's logo a lot better. Like the blue and the more curvy connected sans serif type logo. Like I think that's a lot more interesting to look at. Oh, sorry guys. But yeah, Smiths is just, I think it's outdated. it doesn't really communicate like a grocery. Okay, I know I'm just sitting in my car. I just got back from grocery shopping and I just looked down at like my jacket here and I'm like, oh, I can talk about LL Bean and just like their logo. But here, this is, hopefully you can see it, and it might look funny being all flipped on the camera, but this is LL Bean's logo. I don't know if you guys are familiar with it. I actually did like a logo redesign in my graphic design class last semester for them, but they're just like an outdoor gear, outdoor apparel brand that's located out or back east. And yeah, their logo is primarily just type. It's this serif, almost like bank type face. And it's been around for a really long time and they haven't changed it at all. But they have like thrown that type, that LL Bean on like images and paired it with different like picture elements and stuff like that. And so like you can see here that like there's a lot of fun colors to it. The way that they like put like a red border around the letters, plus like the picture in the back, like it's just, I really am a fan of the company and their logo and branding. They really like a pretty consistent thing that they'll have is like this dark kind of forest green and white that is pretty much consistent through all of their branding. And so yeah, they really have it down. And yeah, I think like the colors, the imagery, and even the type, like it just communicates like, yeah, like this is like they are all about the outdoors. Even like my backpack here, like this is like another example of like what they've done with their logo. You can see like they've just like paired it with this kind of cool like silhouette, like I don't know, element of like a mountain. And so yeah, that's LL Bean. I'm a big fan. I don't think they need a refresh. Like other competitors I'm thinking of are like Patagonia, REI, like those kinds of companies. I don't know, it's hard to compare. But I like LL Bean's color scheme, like the green and white. And yeah, I think honestly, I think I like it more than North Face or Patagonia or anything like that. Just big fan. But yeah, so that's LL Bean. I think it's interesting that they chose this to be their logo. They don't really have like a set, like I don't know, like typeface or like type element in their company, but it's just primarily this image. And so I think it's interesting that like a lot of companies like don't, like Apple for example, like don't have like their name next to it. It's like you identify the company by the image, and so, and then this is theirs. And so I mean, I like it. I think it's really unique. You don't really see this a lot. And it, however, the only thing with this is that it doesn't communicate like a piercing studio per se. I mean, it looks more like a tattoo. Okay, if you made it this far, thank you so much. This video turned out to be a lot longer than I wanted it to. But hopefully it was semi-entertaining to come along with me through a little bit of my day and just look at logos. So thanks again. Bye.